Hello and welcome to Get Pod Locals podcast, where we ask, has any other president had their bank accounts closed for money laundering before?
Welcome to Get Pod Local.
I want to answer. I just, somebody tell me, has any other president, and why have we moved on from that so fast?
There's no way that any other president has ever had that happen.
Girl,
No.
but shout out to Capital One. Hi, my name is Jalon, and I keep up with the news for you.
And I'm Joey, and I keep up with the policy for you.
And together we help you vote smarter, not harder, and crash out. And today we are going to discuss how politics infiltrates our everyday life, and then we're going to create a safe space and crash out again. So after that crash out, let's just take a moment and just collect ourselves. Okay. Last week I asked you if you could reread a book for the first time, what would it be? This week, if you could listen to an album again for the first time, what would it be?
Wow.
Hey, take your time.
Yeah.
Relax. We're just introspective, you know? We just crashed out about some gold statues. Let me get ASMR on you.
Just loves Beatles album. Not sure which one. I guess it's Sgt. Pepper's, is that?
Yeah, that's a good one to listen to.
Yeah, because it's so diverse, that album.
Yeah.
Maybe that one.
My favorite thing about that album is that they released it, and then Jimi Hendrix had a show maybe 2 days after it was released, and he already learned Sgt. Pepper's, and so he was playing it, and like there's a murder's row of like rock and roll royalty. So like Bowie, I think Bowie's there, the Stones are there, the Beatles are there. So like the Beatles are in this audience, and he's playing something that just came out.
My best memory of the song, though, really, was after we'd recorded it, we got all the artwork together, and we released it on a Friday night. Used to release in London, and Brian Epstein had this place called the Savile Theatre, where he used to have shows on a Sunday night, and he'd have people like Chuck Berry, great people, you know. So we'd always go along to see them. There was nothing else happening on a Sunday night, and this Sunday, after the Friday that Pepper was released, Jimi Hendrix was due to play. So, like, you know, I was a good friend of Jimmy's and a really major fan of his, because he was just like a bolt from the blue, you know, amongst guitarists. And I used to go to all his gigs, you know, because he was just there in London. He was like 10 minutes away, you know. So I went down to the Savile that night, and lo and behold, here comes Jimmy, and he opens with Sgt. Pepper, which he only got released on Friday. So you just open with it, you know. It's just like, all right, you know. That was it, man. That was it. That's my favorite sort of memory of that song. I mean, talk about a compliment.
It's so wild.
Okay, my answer.
What's yours? You asked this question, girl.
I know, but I just thought of it, and I'm trying to like stay separate from it so that it doesn't come up like I've been pre-thinking it. Like I don't want that. Okay, this is a recent album that I would love to re-listen to, and it's In Rainbows by Radiohead. I remember when I first heard it. So this album, they said, hey, pay what you want for this album. So you could just give them $1 or 10. Famously, Chris Martin of Coldplay it wasn't downloading, I think. And so he just kept giving them money for it. And he's like, well, I owe them my whole career, so it's fine. But I just remember listening to it. So like I was a casual Radiohead fan growing up. Like if you were an MTV kid like I was, you couldn't escape Radiohead.
Yeah.
But when I heard In Rainbows, and then when I saw that concert in person, I was like, oh, okay.
Whole other level.
Yeah, I'm here with you. All right. So moving on, we are going to talk about something that doesn't appear to be political, but it is, because as we have discussed, everything is political. Joey, would you like to go first?
Sure. Today is the 6-year anniversary of my cancer diagnosis. Wow.
So you got diagnosed today, not... Okay. Sorry. I don't mean to congratulate you.
No, yeah. I mean, thank you. I'm thankful to be alive. That, I guess, is my everything is political, is that I feel lucky to be alive today because I have healthcare. And I know people who've died since my diagnosis.
Yeah.
Because they don't have healthcare, or they didn't get checked early enough because of their lack of healthcare. And man, we should not live somewhere like this.
No. My father was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he monitors his health so closely. And a small change was enough for him to make an appointment and go see his doctor, and they were able to catch it relatively quickly. And so he was able to beat it faster. So all that to say, like, healthcare does make a big difference, because my dad was able to get in pretty quickly, get believed, his doctors believed him, checked it, caught it, and then they were able to fight it. And
Because
man,
until you've had health issues, you know, that saying of like your health is everything just kind of sounds like one of those cute adages. But then once you have health issues, you're like, oh, no, wait, it is literally every single thing. Like, you can't do anything. You can't live a life if you don't have your health. Yeah, the fact that people can't get checked for cancer is insane to me.
Yeah, and the fact that they make medicine you need to survive
hundreds of thousands of dollars
is
insane.
runaway robbery. It's insane that we live in a society. When Prince Harry and Princess Meghan did their Oprah interview, and that was done in American broadcasting, but somehow that broadcast was able to get over to the UK, where they also wanted to watch this. They were constantly going, how many drug commercials do you guys have? And it's like, oh my God, you're right. They're like, why would you need to see this and then ask your doctor about this? Why would your doctor?
No country does that. It's not a thing. No. It's actually considered super weird in any other country, just because, like you said, why would you ask your doctor about a product? Like, it's literally backwards ass completely.
Yeah.
Instead, we should have quality healthcare. Because I will say, like, I consider this particular physician that I had for 2 decades to have saved my life in that particular case, because it was during the pandemic, and I was late, and I just had my regular checkup, and she did them online because we were on lockdown at the time. So I did a call with my doctor. Thankfully, I had this one doctor forever. And I think that trust level, like, was it anyone, if it was like some new doctor, I probably would have been like, yeah, whatever. But this doctor I had already been with for over a decade, and she was like, Joey, don't put this off. When we hang up, you're going to make your appointment right away. Because I was already overdue. I was late. I was like, my appointment should have been in November the year before, and it was already June. Yeah. And she was like, no, make your appointment immediately. Don't put that off. Because I was like, we're on lockdown. I'll just do it after, because there is no cancer in my immediate family. So I just had no history for a reason to be concerned. So I was going to put it off. And literally, I do believe that she saved my life, because I could have been metastatic if I had waited another year, and that would have been it. And again, I've lost friends since then because of this. And yeah, everyone should have quality healthcare, and it should never be tied to a job, ever.
Never.
No.
Never.
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 I mean, healthcare in general should never have ever become for a profit. Like, it should not be a profit industry. The whole thing is a sham. It's disgusting. It's stuff like that. Like, that's why hospitals can charge hundreds of dollars for a Band-Aid, because they can charge whatever they want to. They are in a profit-driven industry, which is insane. Everything is political, and our health is definitely, unfortunately, very political.
Yeah, I am thankful you listen to your doctor. I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you treat life as the gift that it is all the time. And it is joyful to see how joyful you have decided to live your life.
Thank you.
And you definitely work towards leaving it better than you found it. And I'm thankful.
Thank you.
And cancer sucks, bro.
Majorly. Not
cancer
cool. Don't do it.
And I'm so
Zero stars.
I'm so scared about these data centers, because when you see Aaron Brockovich show up talking about data centers, immediately I'm like, oh, okay.
Because you know what? I don't know about you. Since we talked to Clayton Tucker, I've had in my head, it has not really left, the thing about how it kills babies on the inside. Like, and it makes sense. Honestly, if you just think, like, if you had this pounding, like, right outside of your house for good, like, always pounding, like, your cells can't relax. I mean, I don't know. It really has stuck with me, that whole thing, like, that the cows got sick, and then the baby cows wouldn't be born anymore because they were all dying. But, like, it is not a life-sustaining thing to have a data center near you. And we just got to put a moratorium on these things.
I need food. I don't need a AI-generated video of Trump doing something that he can't do. Yeah.
We need water. Water is life.
Yeah. Water is life. Air is life. Football is life. Hey, Ted Lasso is back.
Ted Lasso! Wait, is it back this week?
Yeah, it's back. Yeah. It dropped. Yeah.
Wait, did you do your everything is political?
No, I'm looking. I'm trying to get my words together.
I wasn't sure if I had somehow.
No, you're fine. My everything is political is about the WNBA. Specifically, there is a player on the Fever team
who's Fever?
Indiana Fever. Indiana Fever. Yeah.
Okay.
This person is affectionately called MAGA Barbie. She was there.
I don't like her already.
She was there at the UFC fight on the People's Lawn.
Of course she was.
As a number girl or whatever.
Ooh!
Because she has gotten a lot of...
She did the number girl thing in like a bathing suit? Ooh.
Yeah. Or a skin tight dress or whatever. Because she has been getting enough social media airtime, people talking about her, she got her player shoe. So it's not actually a shoe designed for her. It's a shoe that already exists, but they changed the colors and it's attributed to her, right? So her newest thing right now is trans women in sports, which is
there's what, like 11 in the whole country or something? I mean, they've literally, the number is so small.
It's so small. 2% of our entire American population are trans, and there are no trans women in professional sports, right? But also sports is for everybody. I'll get into that. So she has been on a tear talking about trans women in sports, right? She's been talking.
It's an issue she's going to just build up and make into something.
She's yapping so much about it. I'm trying to find the original start of this. It's gotten so distracting. Like now other players on her team are being asked about it. They're like, I don't want to be a part of this. Like, I would love to remove myself from this, right? There's people that have come out supporting her, and she's called them bold and courageous for coming out with her. But there's something that happened. Let me get So while this player, and I will get back to this player in a second because I need to put some context.
This MAGA Barbie?
Yeah, this MAGA Barbie. When she was just yapping about trans women in sports, the Minnesota Lynx head coach, her name is Cheryl Reeves, she wore a shirt that says trans kids belong in sports, which is true. The only reason why... the only reason why there's a separation of genders in sports is because men didn't want to compete and lose to women. And we've seen how they react to losing to women, and it can be violent, it can be scary. I think about this woman who won a rap battle against a man, and him and his friend beat her up, raped her, and killed her. And that's just a rap battle that she beat him in. Now the boys are being taught to not compete with girls in school. So like they're not excelling educational wise anymore because they don't want to compete against women. I think about the fact that we know when the first woman
I see that
to run. Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. The fact that we know when the first woman was allowed to run in the New York Marathon is an insane thing. You know what I mean? So like,
and actually wasn't allowed, and she did it anyway, which is great.
Did it anyways. Yeah. So
and they chased her and tried to pull her down the whole fucking run.
They were yanking on her shirt and everything.
Unbelievable what they did to her.
Yeah. So she wore this shirt, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, which is a superior team to the Indiana Fever. I just want to point that out. Some well-meaning fans of MAGA Barbie decided to approach her, and now she's being punished. The coach is being punished. She's not allowed to coach for like 5 games or something like that. Let me see.
Wait, the one because she wore that shirt?
No, because of the confrontation that she had with the MAGA Barbie's fans. My point is that when Black athletes were pointing to the Black Lives Matter movement, they were quick to say, shut up and play. Quick to say that. When you had Colin Kaepernick, who talked to veterans and said, what is the best way for me to protest but not be disrespectful to the flag? And they said, what we like to do is kneel. So he started kneeling. And now he's been blacklisted from the NFL, and he can't even get anybody to look at him, even though he's still ready to play. And we still have Aaron Rodgers playing. I don't understand that, but we pushed out Colin Kaepernick, right? my frustration with this MAGA Barbie and all of the eyeballs that she's getting is that she averages 5 points a game. She has never won anything, not in college or professionally.
She's a non-entity.
She's not even the best player on the team. We hear entirely too much from this person. And I don't understand why, one, somebody who averages 5 points a game has a shoe. I don't understand why somebody who's never won a championship is allowed to talk so loudly. I'm not trying to take away her right to express herself, but the fact of the matter that all the sports channels are talking about this person so much frustrates me. And then on her team is somebody that they keep saying is the face of the league. Meanwhile, she's never won MVP. She didn't win the championship in college. She has not won a championship professionally. She will win a gold medal one day, but it won't be because of her specifically. Right. It will be because of all the other elite women that are playing alongside her. At a certain point, I need all the people that are giving this woman a microphone and a bully to pulpit. I know that's not the right thing, but still. Mm-hmm. To just push back and go, we are racist, and we'd rather put this white woman up to speak and be the face of this league, even though it was built by and is grown by and is elite because of the black women and the black queer women of this league.
Yes.
And the fact that Asia Wilson, who already fucking has a statue outside of South Carolina where she went to college, who had to win, I think she's won MVP 3 times. They have won several times. She just got her shoe line, I think, last year. Meanwhile, these lesser players, because they're white, are getting all the same shit faster. Disgusting. It has gotten so bad that, not to keep talking about Fox News, but Jesse Walters, is that his name? I don't know.
Jesse Waters, yeah.
Yeah, he goes, why are we even talking about the WNBA?
We get paid to have an opinion about everything. And this is something I don't care about. Every time I open up the rundown and see the WNBA in it, I feel like Jessica must feel every day. We have to do this again? Exactly. Really? This again? Someone wore a T-shirt at a WNBA game. This isn't a news story, okay? It doesn't matter. There will not be a man in the WNBA. We don't even cover the NBA. Why are we covering the WNBA? This is ridiculous.
And I was like, even you are sick of this shit. He's like, every day. He's like, I don't even watch it. So why do we keep talking about it? I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you for being truthful for once. It just frustrates me on so many levels. She averages 5 points. She's not even like worthy of conversation when we talk about the bigness, the vastness of the WNBA. Like, I don't even want to hear from you. Stop talking. Get back in the lab and become a better player. The fact that she is getting a shoe from Adidas, is crazy to me.
Insane.
It's insane. It's insane.
It is.
Not everybody.
Racism plus capitalism.
Yeah. No, I know. The only reason why she's gotten her shoe is because everybody's talking about her. I know that. But it's like, why would you want a subpar player shoe?
Well, yeah, but also like, it's like, the powers that be decide who to talk about too, so.
Yeah.
Why are they talking about her? Let's not talk about her.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not even saying her
I know. Yeah. I'm with you. We don't need to.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to platform the guy in the White House. We don't need to platform.
No. As a lover of sports and women's sports, the fact that we keep talking about this person, and it's like, put up double digits before I even can talk. Like, girl, come on. I have 2 possible crash outs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you choose.
No, you gotta pick one, girl. Save the other one for next week.
Okay, let me write it down because I will forget. This is very timely. If the accusation is loud as then the apology needs to be loud as If you had a press conference and alleged people to have done something, then you need to have a press conference to say, we were wrong. If you are going to drag everybody in this room and say, hey, vandals f***ed up the reflecting pool, and we've got proof, and they did this and the other, and then Friday night, middle of the night, you go, oh, actually, no, we found out that it's not true, and we're going to drop all the charges. No, you guys were loud as about that guy vandalizing the reflecting pool, then you need to be loud as about your apology. We all knew it was bullshit, and you held us hostage with this crazy wackadoodle only an idiot would believe story. Because in what world would a box cutter be utilized? And just in what world would we care enough to up the reflecting pool? You don't need our help.
No, that's the thing. It's doing it all on its own.
This is not a political gain for us by up the reflecting pool. We would rather not talk about the reflecting pool.
Indeed.
The guy told you what he did. He was just looking. He was curious. He pulled up the liner. He's like, what's going on? If you are going to loudly drag his name through the reflecting pool, then you need to be loud as when you drop these charges.
No, this is one way that the Trump administration has stayed exactly the same as the first Trump administration, which is that this Friday night sneaky news dump is their favorite move. Always. It has always been Trump's administration's favorite move is the sneaky Friday night news drop. Dump some little thing over there that they don't want to say out loud. Try to hide it through a weekend. Doesn't get told in the press.
If you have to call up press corps and get them in a room to talk about something, then copy paste when you apologize to the person and all of us. You need to apologize to all of us for wasting our time.
We should have a segment in here, or we could add a segment where I ask you questions of something in the news, because there is something in the news that I just was like, oh, Jalon will know this.
Okay. We'll call this Ask Jalon.
Okay.
Welcome to a new segment called Ask Jalon.
I have a question.
Okay.
Because I've sort of followed, but then I fell off and I'm not sure what ended up happening.
I hope I know.
Judge Jeanine Pirro left the White House pulling a white box, and everyone was like, oh, is she fired? But then supposedly she wasn't fired, but supposedly she is going to be fired. Like, what's happening with Jeanine Pirro? Have we fired her yet?
So first, hilarious. That's another one of his playthings is like, he will like float something, see what the reaction is. And then when it becomes, he's setting somebody up as his next person to take the fall for something.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think so too. So what is it? What's she taking the fall for?
Well, he's upset about the reflecting pool. That's what he's really upset about.
How is she to blame for that?
Because she dropped the charges and he did not think that she should have dropped the charges.
That's what he's mad about.
He's upset
I literally
about
couldn't
that.
even figure that part out. I was like, I don't understand what he's mad about.
Yeah, he's upset because she dropped the charges. And he wrote a big thing on I almost said Threads.
Wherever his social media is.
Social, his personal social media, that if you spend $100,000, you get his truths first. It's whatever. I'm gonna read from the New York Times why he was so angry at her, because Miss Pirro had dared to publicly demolish one of his most cherished narratives, promoted that the vandals and not contractors hired by the Interior Department did a rush job, had defaced the Washington landmark. Mr. Trump raged against her in private on Monday. He raged a little to reporters, and rumors that she would be fired was bubbling around in the West Wing. That is what he's upset about. He's upset that she dropped charges on this.
Okay. Well, he's not too upset because he did let her stay for now. Is that right? She's still there.
But I will remind you that he did the same thing with Pam Bondi when it came to the...
No, I know. It's like it dangles and dangles and then it'll finally swipe. But yeah. Okay. But for now, she's still in place.
She's still in place. But what we saw of her rolling in with the white box and her briefcase was her... I believe that was her coming prepared to defend herself.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what the white box was. Because that's how this all happened. Was I saw someone post about the white box, and I had to go see what that was about, and I was like, Jeanine Pirro. And then anyway, I could never make sense.
I think that's what it was. I think she came prepared with a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think she was cleaning anything out, because I don't think her office is in the White House.
No, it shouldn't be.
But 5 hours ago, ABC News is reporting that Trump hasn't ruled out firing her after the reflecting pool meeting. But it's all about the reflecting pool.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, let me see if I can find his truth about it. It isn't. I don't know what the number count on words you can truth over there. I'm sure he can do whatever he wants, but it's like you're writing. Well, you are writing some of the longest bullshit I can't find it, and I'm not gonna really look too
No,
hard.
no,
But
stop.
yeah, he was.
We
That's
don't
when
need
he
to
was.
spend any more time on Judge Janine.
Yeah, Judge Winebox.
Judge
Do you have
Drunk,
any?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions in Jalen's office hours?
Probably. I don't know. That's a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah. All right. Would you like to crash out?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, crash out.
What's my crash out? My crash out today is people out in the country who do not understand how bad it is here in Texas. And people will say that thing, which actually you mentioned earlier in this episode, why do you vote for Governor Abbott or whoever it may be?
Yeah.
We don't, first of all. The majority of Texans do not vote. It's only a very small number of us, or at least a smaller percentage of us that do vote. But I guess the thing that I find most frustrating these days is like a lot of stuff happening out in the country people are getting upset about, but a lot of it has happened here years ago. You know, like the Texas Dems or Texas Republicans are always ahead of the game. It's like this is the training ground and the trial ground where they do all the crazy because they have seated like all these GOP people on the Supreme Court here and all that. So like there's not a way to shut down their crazy here because they've taken over all of government again for 3 decades. So the people have zero power in Texas because they hold all of it. And like Judge Maggie said to us, who's running for Chief Justice of the Texas Supreme Court, 8 of the 9 of the justices on our Supreme Court have been named by our really corrupt governors in the past years. And so they aren't elected by the people, even our Supreme Court members. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to communicate well what my crash out is, but I'm very frustrated these days with people sort of trashing because I've seen videos recently of people being like, well, how can we focus on Texas? Texas can't win. Like, let's focus over here and over here. And I'm like, that's how Texas gets screwed. It's because everyone doesn't believe we can do anything and everyone believes that we're actually a really red state when demographically and population wise, we are not a red state. We are not a red state. That's just not accurate at all. And Republicans know that, which is why they are taking away our access to the vote.
Yes.
Like, I wish people outside of Texas knew how hard it is to vote here.
Yeah. I think like
it's really freaking hard.
Yeah, if anybody outside of Texas would pay attention, we were the first state to just get gerrymandered out the ass. And now they're trying to close voting places, restrict early voting. We used to have a lot more early voting availability.
Yeah.
They're taking voting places off of campus, so like kids can't just go down past their dorm to vote. Now I've heard of kids having to fly home.
That's been going on forever. Yes, kids fly home to vote every year. I know lots of people whose kids do that. I'm helping a friend right now figure out how her kid's going to vote. Right now, we're trying to figure it out.
To vote,
because it's really hard. Like they make it super hard, and I haven't noticed yesterday in the primary in Michigan, you could register. You could walk in, register online while you're standing in line, and then vote.
I think it was like that when I was living in Ohio too. I don't remember it being like this long, wait.
It takes like a month to get registered or more.
Yeah.
Here. Like you have to fill out a form online and then print it. So you have to have a printer and then you have to sign it. And then you have to put it in a particular way. It has to be folded a certain way. And you have to mail it. So you have to get stamped and go to the post office. And then 30% of those.
Post office.
And then hope that it actually makes it there. And then will it even be accepted? Because 30% of them are thrown out because they're illegible, which they don't inform anyone. They just throw them away in the trash.
Yeah.
So like only 60% of people who even try to register get registered. But then, you did this process, you printed it, you mailed it, and then you have to wait. You wait weeks. It'll take like a month or so before you get your actual voter registration card. Like they make it so hard. And then the thing where they're like closing down locations that have been voting locations for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just not normal. And then, like you pointed out, we were the first ones to get super gerrymandered. We were also the first people to lose all access to abortion, like years before everyone else. I mean, just all the things that happen that people are upset about out in the country. It's like this started here. Like we've been dealing with this way longer. The voucher program.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that shit. And like, again, all of that stuff was tested with our Supreme Court and they said it was all legal. So it's because we are screwed here. It's not like because Texas is red. Texas is not red. But
no, we're just a non-voting gerrymander because it's easy to go, went here to vote and now I can't vote. Well, I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to try to figure this out. That's easier than sitting there and like, who can I ask? Where do I go? What happens when I get turned away at the voting place? And, you and I are trying to fill that gap to educate people, but we're just two people in Dallas. Like, we're trying our best here and trying to make it entertaining enough that you would want to watch this. Like,
in the primary vote this past March 3rd or whatever it was, people tried to vote at multiple locations because they would be told, oh, you can't vote here. You have to go over here. But they were told the wrong place. And then they had to try to find another place to, and
at a certain point, you're like, that's my whole evening. I'm done. Like, I tried.
Like your whole day. I mean, girl. And most people don't have the ability to take all this time to do something like that. It's just,
no.
So I hope that America will give Texas a little more grace this year and throw some money at us and get involved in helping us flip Texas. Because if we can flip Texas, we can save the United States. Like, it is Texas that has the ability to do this. Kendall talks about this and Cardell talks about this and all of our candidates talk about this. Until if we flip Texas, then we will flip the Senate, we will flip the House because we aren't even expected to win any of those seats. So if we can flip
our quality of life immediately better. I will help you try to succinct your crash out because I've been talking about this on Blue Sky. It's a conversation between two people. So the first person goes, hey, look, it's Ted Cruz talking to people again as if every one of them is a complete imbecile. And the second person goes, well, he's in Texas, so... And the first person goes, true, they keep reelecting this hypocritical lying prick. And the next person goes, Texans only vote for the worst of the worst. And the next person goes, and they're proud of this? And the first person goes, very. So then I go, anyways, just a reminder, Texans, we are not a red state. We're a non-voting state. If all registered Dems voted, Ted would not be our senator. Check your registrations every month. Make sure your info is correct. You're not the Texas AG. Like, I'm only one person. Right. But it's like, y'all are running around. 200,000 votes is a separation between Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke. That was a separation. We have millions of registered Democrats in the state of Texas, and millions of those did not vote in that election. And every election we get better and better, but we're still not where we're supposed to be. So instead of talking to us as if we have chosen this, help us by donating to the Texas Democratic Party. Do not donate to the DNC because they do not send enough money here because they don't think that we will win. But we can win. We can win.
We can win.
We need help.
We need help, and we need to engage all of Texas.
All of Texas.
Because the other thing, too, if you just think about it, when one party has held all of the Texas government for 3 decades, they also can do whatever they want to with elections. So, like, if you're talking about that race when Beto lost by 200,000 votes, you know how many hundreds of thousands of votes they had just thrown out in Houston that fucking day? Like, hundreds of thousands of votes that day. And I promise you that were the roles reversed, Cruz would have sued and he would have gotten those votes count. You know what I mean? Like, and we instead, Beto was like high ground and he was like, he literally had made that speech that night that he had lost. And I remember sobbing. It was a rough speech to watch. Yeah. But like, they stole that race that day. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how else you call that because like you said, it was 200,000 votes, but they had thrown out hundreds of thousands of votes in Houston that day. Yeah. So they stole that seat.
Yeah.
I believe that forever. And that was 2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then since then, they've stolen other seats. We've watched it happen. You know, they did the same thing. They threw out the votes in, was it 2021? Whenever he ran against,
Wendy Davis.
2021? Whenever Beto was running against Abbott.
Okay.
Because that was during pandemic days, and they also threw out, because remember they did like drive-through voting in Houston, and they threw all those out, and that was also like hundreds of thousands of votes. So like, that's the thing. Like when one party holds every piece of the government, they can do whatever they want to, and we have no say. They are 100% control of the Secretary of State, so we can't help people register to vote if they're out there throwing out 30% of the registrations. Like, they're holding all the cards.
Great crash outs. We've had several in this episode.
Yeah, we have. We really
a murder's row of crash outs that we have. Okay, I'm gonna end this.
Yeah, we can make a whole video that we do that's just crash outs. Weekly crash out video.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's our show. Thanks for watching or listening.
And if you'd like to keep up with the news, we have a daily news brief where we talk about the biggest news of the story. Nothing too in-depth, just enough for you to not look stupid.
And if you'd like to know what you can do in your communities, how to be an active participant in your local government, I put out a weekly newsletter called Organizer's Corner.
And that's right. Like I said, we've got you guys covered on the news and politics over here because I keep up with the news for you.
And I keep up with the policy for you.
And together we help you become smarter and more consistent voters. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.